Live and local with coverage you can count on. This is WNEM TV5 News at noon.
As dozens of states are easing restrictions, Michigan's stay-at-home order remains in place, with only some businesses getting the green light to reopen with added safety measures. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us this noon. I'm Ashlyn Hill, in for Frank Turner. We're following the latest surrounding the pandemic here in Michigan and across the state. Right now, the state has more than 43,000 confirmed cases of COVID-19 with more than 4,000 deaths. Governor Gretchen Whitmer appearing on CNN yesterday, saying protests at the state capitol last week were outrageous, adding Confederate flags were being flown by protesters. Republican lawmakers say the governor's orders have gone too far. The U.S. is reporting more than 1.1 million confirmed cases of the virus. Just over the weekend, crowds defied social distancing guidelines while enjoying the nice weather. Elise Preston has the latest from New York.
As restaurants and hair salons begin to open their doors in some states, the frustration is growing in states where governors have extended stay-at-home orders. In Washington state, this barber opened over the weekend, defying state orders to remain closed. Customers congregated outside his door, and he says he has the support of local law enforcement.
Because it's our constitutional right to do what we are doing to maintain a livelihood.
In states where it's allowed, many Starbucks stores will reopen for pickup only. Simon Property Group, the biggest mall operator in the U.S., plans to open nearly 50 malls this week. Customers are encouraged but not required to wear masks. And the South Dakota meatpacking plant, where nearly 900 employees got sick, will also partially reopen today after being closed for more than 2 weeks. But health officials in communities across America are keeping a wary eye on everyday case numbers. Texas began opening up its state on Friday. Sunday, Dallas County reported 234 new cases, the biggest single-day jump on record. Here in New York, the number of cases and hospitalizations continues to trend down after weeks of uncontrollable community spread. This field hospital in Central Park starting today will not be accepting any new patients since nearby hospitals can handle new cases on their own. And a last dispatch call for a hero.
This is the last call for paramedic Paul Carey.
The body of 66-year-old Paul Carey was returned to his home in Colorado last night. The paramedic succumbed to the virus while volunteering in New York City. He was given a hero send-off at the airport, and his family says he died doing what he loved. Elise Preston, CBS News, New York.
As states rush to reopen their economies, President Trump now says deaths from the coronavirus could top 100,000. Now that's up from the 70,000 he said would occur just last week. Meanwhile, the U.S. Senate returns to work today and will soon begin work on another financial relief package. But as Skylar Henry reports, what's in the bill is sure to be a subject of hot debate.
They shut it down. Look, we're going to lose anywhere from 75, 80 to 100,000 people. That's a horrible thing.
President Trump says the death toll projections may be on the rise, but he also predicted a COVID-19 vaccine by the end of the year.
Maybe it's going to be a vaccine, or maybe it's going to be that this virus will pass. It will go. Will it come back? It might. It could. Some people say yes, but it will pass.
That optimism helps explain why the president wants states to open as quickly as possible.
Certain states are going to have to take a little more time in getting open, and they're doing that. Some states, I think, frankly, aren't going fast enough. I mean, you have some states that, Virginia, they want to close down till the middle of June.
Congress is partially reopening today. The Senate is reconvening this afternoon, where debate over the next round of coronavirus financial relief is already becoming a partisan fight.
Trying to get people back to work and not cloud it with multiple other outside issues, either from the Democrats in the House or from the White House or from the Republicans in the Senate. Let's just focus on helping the people and coming together in a bipartisan way.
Democrats say state and local governments will need billions of dollars to keep first responders employed. Some Republicans are calling that a blue state bailout.
They want bailouts for the states, the Democrats, and really it's a number of states that frankly have not been managed well by Democrats over a long period of time. So we have to be very careful about that. Very careful.
President Trump also says any relief package must include a payroll tax cut, something Democrats in Congress oppose. Skylar Henry, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
Now we know there are still so many questions surrounding the COVID-19 crisis in our country. So this Thursday, TV5 is partnering with Mid-Michigan Now and ABC 12 to bring you a live 1-hour town hall with Congressman Dan Kildee and John Moolenaar. Send your questions to townhall@wnem.com. The town hall starts at 7 p.m. on TV5 and will continue online only at 7:30. Well, we're jumping outside with a live look over Flint and Saginaw. We've got a nice mix of sun and clouds, but we've noticed there are some dramatically cooler temperatures across mid-Michigan. And we know we're in for a much cooler week compared to what we saw this weekend. Meteorologist Kylie Miller joins us live this noon with a look at...
Ashlyn, it's going to be so much cooler for today. And you're right, for the rest of the work week, we are talking about temperatures below average. And comparing temperatures today from yesterday, we're going to be talking about a 10 to 20 degree temperature swing. So if you're going to be venturing out, make sure to bundle up appropriately. Here's a look now at the First Warn 5 sky tracker. As you can see, we're under a partly cloudy, if not a mostly cloudy sky condition across the region. And that's going to remain the same going through this afternoon. Now, temperatures right now are a mix of 40s, the middle and upper 40s. We are getting closer and closer to 50 degrees for this lunch hour, but we're still at 49 in Saginaw, Midland, 48 in Flint, 46 in Owasso, 46 as well for Clare and Gladwin, 44 in West Branch, and 45 is the current temperature right now in Oscoda. We are going to be dealing with a wind today coming out of the north, anywhere from about 5 to 10 miles per hour, so it's going to feel a little bit cooler as you walk out the door, but otherwise we're going to be under sun and clouds for today with temperatures in the middle 50s. I'll break down the full forecast for you coming up in just a little bit. Ashlyn?
All right, thank you so much for that, Kylie. New this noon, Holly police need your help to find a man they say assaulted a store clerk. It happened Saturday afternoon at the Dollar Tree on North Saginaw Street. Video shows you can see the man in question walking into the store. The clerk advises him that all in-store customers must be wearing a mask. He then walks over to her and wipes his nose and face on her shirt, all while yelling, "Here, I'll use this as a mask instead." If you recognize this man or have any information, call Holly police. A historic moment for the U.S. Supreme Court. The justices are hearing arguments over the phone. It's for the first time ever. The court will ask their questions in order of seniority, with Chief Justice John Roberts going first. Each justice exhausts their line of questioning, then the next begins. If there's any time remaining, questions can be asked after the first round is over. The court will hear 10 cases over the next 2 weeks. The sessions will mark the first time in history members of the public can listen to arguments in real time. New at noon, the race for a vaccine. U.S. health leaders urging caution to families when it comes to when a vaccine will be ready. That story coming up. And how a message on a bottle could curb alcohol use. That's also next. For the latest news and weather, be sure to download the TV5 mobile app. You'll find it in the App Store or on Google Play. Just search WNEM.